Well, hello, hello, hello. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. It's your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl. Coming live, testing out the equipment. Y'all know I'm still testing out this equipment. We're going to be using a new streaming platform for season 3 of the Crew Podcast. Them divas of the airwaves. I'm telling you, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. And we are looking. Y'all, we're still looking for 3 new queens to come and be a part of our amazing network. Yeah, I'm telling you, 2025 is going to be so amazing. We're doing some different stuff. We're stepping outside of the box. I'm excited about what these hosts are going to be doing. We're going to be coming out live at some events. We're going to be hosting some events, and then we're going to be doing some red carpet events. Now, we're going to be visible. We're going to be out here in our community. That's what it's all about. We're going to show you what real broadcasting is all about. We're not just going to be on these screens. We're going to be out here in our community, finding out what our community is doing, what y'all want to see and hear. Because y'all, I'm telling you, we're going into some crucial times. If you don't already know and understand, we're in some crucial times. We're in some crucial times. But y'all come on in, share this with somebody. When you come in, tell me where you're coming in from, if you will. On the comment section, tell me where you're coming in from. I do have someone in the studio with me. I have Mr. Cornell. He is the co-host over there on Let's Talk About It with Shadette, y'all. So he's on the line with me, and we were just sitting here, just having a conversation. I was telling him I was getting ready to go live. So I said, "You want to go live with me?" So here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Y'all, we're just having a conversation. We're not on here trying to pitch nothing to nobody, not trying to do none of that, just having a regular conversation. But I did want to throw that out there about those hosts. We are still in need of 3 hosts. So I'm gonna put that out there so it can be floating around in your ears, so it can vibrate it down in them eardrums. And if you're not interested, you may know somebody that's interested, that has something that they want to share with the world, something that they want to get out there, something that they just got to share with the universe. So if that's you, reach out to me. So, Mr. Cornell, how are you doing today? And
Ma'am, I'm doing great. I just heard you just mention that you would like to, see 3 more female hosts to, join your program, ma'am. And, I was just sitting and smiling to myself because, I have been with your program for a pretty good while now, ma'am. And from a male, perspective, ma'am, I can say that, this is a very, very powerful platform that you have. And that for anyone who has been a part of your platform, ma'am, they have been some very powerful, outspoken advocates and compassionate mothers, that's, having their voices heard about a variety of topics. And, like I say, since being a part of your program, and not only that, the Let's Talk About It program with Mrs. Shanette, ma'am, I can say this, I've learned a lot. And I thank you very much for your inspiration, for your encouragement, for teaching me a lot of the things that I've learned from you. Because I can say this, you are a very outspoken person. And for real, I have learned a lot from you from a male perspective. So I know from a female's perspective, ma'am, they're going to learn a lot. And they're going to enjoy being a part of your platform, ma'am.
well, I thank you for that. I'm just here to be a vessel. My thing when I get up in the morning is use me, Lord. I am yours to be used, and that's all I want him to do is use me. But that you say that, I'm truly humbled that you said those kind words. And often I hear that. I'm just out here trying to be the change that I want to see in this world. Hoping that I can do just what you said, inspire somebody else, encourage somebody else, uplift somebody else, push somebody else into their destiny. That is what it's all about. And in 2025, I hope to do the same thing with 25 amazing queens that are in Black media that may not be where they want to be, or maybe looking for another outlet to connect. They're just looking for some exposure. I want to be able to connect them with other people that's looking for exposure, and to let people know who they are so that people can connect with them and see who they are as leading queens in Black media. One thing I can say is I've done the research. I've been doing the research. I've been checking, and there is no national awareness day for Black women in media. We have been overlooked. They do a lot for males in media, but you hardly ever hear about the women in media. And there are a lot of women in media. You have a lot of women that are on these news stations. They are meteorologists. They even do the sports. They're even holding down those desks, holding down the morning shows. So there is a lot of Black queens in media. We just don't have the representation. We just don't have the out frontness. We just don't have the people that's putting us on display. Now you see all these cream colored people on primetime TV, Good Morning America, all these shows like that. But we do not get the respect and that encouragement like those journalists and broadcasters. And I am the type of person, when I see something is not being served properly, I want to help serve that community. So that's what I'm doing. 2025, my focus is every year I try to go into the new year with two focuses. This year my focus is, and then I usually add some more stuff onto it. But my main focus for 2025 is going to be bringing awareness to Black women in media. And how am I going to do that? First, I'm going to start by bringing awareness to 25 amazing queens that connect to this platform through the 25 leading queens in Black media initiative that we're doing. We're doing a campaign where we're going to recognize 25 amazing queens that's doing their thing in media, no matter what type of media you're doing. If you're doing news, if you're doing magazine, if you're doing column, if you're doing the journals, whatever you're doing in a media outlet, we want to recognize you. We want to bring awareness to you and your brand, and we want to be able to help connect other people that's looking for visibility to connect with you so that they can utilize your platform. So if you're out there, you're a podcaster, you have a magazine, you have a radio show, you have a TV show, whatever outlets you have in media, we want to bring awareness to you. So if you're out there, get connected with me. There's a Google document out there that's floating around that has information about the 25 leading queens. We have decided that we're going to do a destination event, Cornell. We're going to take these queens somewhere and really celebrate them, because they need to be celebrated. We want people to know who they are and celebrate them. And I'm so excited because the 8 queens that are a part of the network, that are a part of Dem Divas of the Airways, the Crew podcast, they are going to be playing a major part in this. They're going to be helping with the workshops. They're going to be helping with all of the behind the scene things that we're going to be doing to help push these 25 queens. So yes, I'm excited. Also, I am excited that we have again, we're going to be doing poetess of the year. um Normally we announce the winner around April for National Poetry Awareness Month. This year we've upped the antes. We've given the winners going to be able to really be highlighted. They're going to be really to be able to bring visibility to their brand and really have an opportunity to really get noticed. So I'm excited. It's an opportunity for one individual to grace that that platform, to have they're gonna have access to a group. They're going to have access to a magazine. They're going to have access to a podcast. And they're going to have access to be able to not just highlight themselves, but also highlight poetry and other poets. So I'm excited about that. But enough about me and what we got going on over here on the Crew Podcast and what's coming up for season 3 for you. I heard that you're going to be a permanent co-host on Let's Talk About It with Shanette. So what must that feel like for you?
Man, I feel great, man. She's a very good inspiring host. She's a very good person. She's a good, compassionate person, and I learned a lot from her. I see her spirit that she wants people to do better. She wants people to have their stories heard. She wants people to feel welcome at home, and that to let them know that they are not alone in anything, in their situations. So with that being said, I enjoy being a part of her show, because it gives me the opportunity to come out of my shell and to be able to express myself and to be able to encourage people to be able to tell somebody about a situation that I'm familiar with, especially the legal system. If I'm familiar with the legal system, why not share that information or any other information that I have of my knowledge to be able to help somebody now? So I'm very thankful to her that she's allowed me to be a permanent part of her process, because it's a very powerful process to seek nothing but the truth, freedom, justice, and accountability for everyone. So I'm very proud, and I thank her very much for allowing me that opportunity, man.
Wow. Well, I have to commend you, and I my hat's off to you, because since I have come in contact with you and have gotten to know you, I have seen your dedication and your commitment to bringing awareness to injustice, to bringing awareness to discrimination, to bringing awareness to just so many disparities that goes on behind closed doors, in plain sight. And I thank you for that. I thank you, because you could have kept all this knowledge to yourself. You could have did so many different other things. You could have been angry, you could have been upset, you could have had all kind of different emotions because of your situation, but you have chosen to take the bigger route, the higher route. You've chosen to take a route that I know that many people are going to be blessed by what you're doing, because I want you to share with people your current situation, because I know people hear you come on, they hear you talk, they hear you share in all that you do, despite what you're going through. Let people know your current situation, because there may be some people out here that may be willing or that can assist with your current situation. Because it's sad, and it's sad that we have to deal with stuff like this. So can you explain to people what you are currently dealing with? We don't need to know the backstories. I just want people to know, regardless of what he did, if he did it, or how he got here. Just like we forgot, we forgave Donald Trump, because he's back in office. He's the next president that's going to lead the country with 34 felonies. So we've given him a second chance. We wiped his slate clean. So can you please tell me, why are you still sitting behind prison walls?
Okay, ma'am, good question, ma'am. Okay, despite being wrongfully convicted and serving 34 years for a crime I did not commit, and a crime that evidence clearly proves that city, county, state officials have just fabricated it and made it up just to put me in prison, I have been dealing with a process of the parole board here in Texas. And our parole board here in Texas is a very broken system, the same as our criminal justice system. Because here in Texas, we have a system called the former district attorney's parole board system, where if they don't believe that you should make parole, then they don't have to give it to you. We don't have a system that, processing inmates. We have a system of an individual who, if he don't believe or if she don't believe that you should make parole, then you will not make parole. So with that being said, ma'am, I have been up for parole right now 2 times, no, 4 times now. And my first time coming up for parole, I was supposed to see a commissioner. And the reason for that is because anytime you serve 20 years or better, you have to see a commissioner. And the commissioner's process is to determine whether or not you're mentally competent to go back out into society. Well, because of the nature of my process of my case, I asked to be transferred to another region. Why? Because if the parole board is district attorneys, how can I get a fair decision out of that? I can't. If the district attorney's office is the same process that put me here. So I asked to be transferred. Well, this individual, he came to interview me, and when he came to interview me, he brought this letter up that I wrote to the parole board. And what he told me is that he will not allow me to make parole, and that if I make parole, I will be placed out on a monitor for the rest of my life. Well, he was very unpleasing to me, man. So with that being said, this individual, he took it upon himself to hold my file and to make sure that in 5 years I will see him again. So what he didn't do was to put my files back into the process. Instead, he held my files in his personal home in order to make sure. He gave me a 2-year set-off. He gave me another 2-year set-off. Then he gave me a 1-year set-off. So this time when I see him again, man, he had really no choice but to grant me parole. But to grant me parole meant for him to extend my parole. Now he gave me an FI6 after serving 34 years, which means that I have an indefinite parole date, which is another year from now, as opposed to me being released immediately because I am under mandatory supervision, which means that if you give me parole, you have to let me out in 30 days. Well, that was 4 months ago, man. And now I'm still in the process of waiting to be transferred to an FI6 auto rehabilitation program. And still that didn't start until October, which was last month. So now I'm just sitting here held in limbo, waiting to go to a program that I have to complete after I get out, which is 6 months. So I don't know when this process is going to take place, but I'm just sitting here held in limbo, man, waiting to be transferred to a facility that I'm not even entitled to. Why? Because he is holding me in prison as long as he can through the process of the parole board.
So in cases like this, what can be done? Because there has to be, if Donald Trump can have 32, 34 felony charges and still sit in the highest office on the land, how is it that wrongfully incarcerated people keep dying at the hand of the state? They keep getting electrocuted. They keep getting things like this. And people continue to do the things that they're doing. How is that? I mean, how is that? But then again, I get it because I hear the people. I've been hearing people all day say that you can't respect the system or expect the system to even when it wasn't even built. It wasn't even made for you. It does not work for you when it was not made for you. You know, we looking at everybody getting upset, everybody feeling all these different types of ways because Trump is in office. Oh well. Whether Trump answers to somebody on the land or not, he always gonna have somebody to answer to at the end of the day. And we have to still understand that God is in control. That man that's over there playing with y'all files and that's over there doing devious stuff and putting people's life in his hand and trying to control people's life, he is going to be held accountable for that. I know that ain't mediating your situation right now, but know that he is going to be held accountable for that. But just don't faint in well doing. Somebody is going to wake up, and somebody is going to see this. Somebody going to hear this because they're going to get tired of hearing the same thing over and over and over, because this is a constant that I'm hearing from Texas. This is something constantly, and it's coming from people that don't even know each other, Cornell. I talk to plenty of y'all behind those walls. in different prisons down there. And it's all the same story. You look at the pattern of even how y'all got there. These all white juries. These prosecutors and DAs and assistant district attorneys with they pay for play schemes and don't campaign donation scandals and all of that. But yet we let man, we don't want to give people a second chance when they have wronged y'all, when they are the reason why y'all are in prison. Got James Legate. Everybody put together all the loopholes and all the holes and everything that is involved in his case. You know that this man did not do what they said he did. And why won't they bring the right people to justice to do what they supposed to do? And then they only give you one chance to rectify what they done wrong. And then Lord forbid if you make an error, because then you got to go another route, because they not finna do. You already know did an attempt. That's you got to look for something else. Shouldn't be like that when you are innocent. There's any doubt in your mind that there's anything that may be wrong, it seems like you should get them back in court. It should not be a if and a but. It should be, if you are going to put somebody in prison, you need to know that they are guilty without a shadow of a doubt. I mean that you got to have 100% evidence. Can't be no if and no I think and no, can't be none of that. And where do we get off making decisions by how we feel? What if I didn't feel good today? And I was the person that had the power to say, "Oh, I'm not going I don't feel like letting him go today." No. There should be guidelines in place. And I've said it and I'm going to say it over and over again. From the time that an inmate hit that door, there should be a plan to rehabilitate them until they leave there. And every time they come up for a review and you give them a set off, it needs to be a reason why, and you need to put an action plan to help them so that they can make it the next time. But why we don't do that? Because we don't want to see these people back into society. We don't want to see these people out here being a part of the community and making a difference, because it has turned into money. It has turned into a $1 trillion industry. And these people have figured out how they can make money off of us brown people, because we are the majority that's behind those walls. Yet we can never take the time to come together. We see all other races coming together in their communities. Money never leave their communities. The Jews, once money go into their community, it never comes out. But us, everybody but us, get our money. We so quick to go run to everybody else before we support one of our own. I can have a book over here for $2, and you'll go way down the street, around the corner, and up the mountain to a Chinese shop to get it for $20. You know, burnt gas, you know, burnt energy, you know, wasted time when you could have got it from me for $2. And then not only that, I'm over here willing to teach you the process. But you'll go be a part of somebody else's project and pay them $1,200, $600, $300, $99. But here I'm telling you, I will teach you, I will show you how to do exactly what they want. So that you won't so that you can do that for yourself. You can have your own projects. But yet you would rather continue to be a part of everybody else's project. You teach a child to fish, they'll never go hungry. And that's what I'm doing over here on this platform. I'm not chasing money. I'm not trying to do no get rich schemes. I'm not trying to do no bait and switch. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm trying to lead by example. I'm trying to help people to I want to do the things that people wouldn't do for me, for other people.
You have 1 minute left.
Well, Cornell, it has been good talking to you. You know how I can get off and get to going, because I like to keep my people encouraged. Anything you want to say before you leave?
Well, yes, ma'am. I would like to say thank you very much, ma'am, for having me on your show, ma'am. And it's always a pleasure to be on your show. And like I say, ma'am, you are a very outspoken person, and you tell it like it is. That's one thing about the truth. You can't add nothing to it, and you can't take nothing away from it. So you keep doing what you're doing, ma'am, and keep God first. If you do that, ma'am, everything is going to work out right. And so for all of y'all that's listening to this show right now, thank you very much for coming on to listen to this show. And like you say, let's come together. Right? That's the only way we're going to make something happen. Come together.
All right.
Thank y'all very much for listening.
All right. But yeah, that was one of my pop-up. Yeah, I do this from time to time. I need to get back to really being visible, so I'm gonna start doing this more often. I am really thinking about going into season 3, doing a 6 o'clock hour for my males. So if there's any males out there that would like to join the network, be a part of our platform, we want to provide a space for you. We want to have a space for you. The 6 o'clock hour will be dedicated to you. Of course, we're not doing any shows on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but any other day that you would like to host a show over here on the network, we're definitely open to that. So if you are a male out there looking to amplify your voice, you got a message that you would like to share, you may be an author and you may want to come on and do lessons on your book, talk about your book, or whatever you want to do for that season. You can utilize that platform to coach people through your book. Who knows? I'm just throwing the ideas out there for you, because you never know who may come across this and may need an outlet. So if you're out there and you're looking for a platform to showcase your voice and to allow your voice to be amplified, come on over here to the Crew Podcast. Of course, we are looking for 3 more queens to join. Dem Divas of the Airways. We air every night at 8 p.m. Sunday through Friday. Starting season 3, we're going to be on Sunday through Fridays. We're not going to be on Saturdays, y'all, because we're going to be out and about doing events and out and about doing some things within our community. So we want our Saturdays free just for that. So we look forward to connecting with you guys. We're looking forward to an amazing 2025. Make sure that you are connecting with these queens. Alma Thomas, Prophetess T, Inspirational Moments with Prophetess T will be on tonight at 8 p.m. So y'all make sure y'all come back here tonight and check us out. We stream live right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you're not following us on YouTube and Twitch, make sure you go over, follow us on YouTube and Twitch and stay connected, y'all. And then if you miss it, make sure you follow us on iHeart or Spotify so that you can hear the replay. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited about what God is doing in 2025. No matter what it looked like in the natural, know that He's already working in the spirit. Y'all, I love y'all, and I pray that y'all have a blessed rest of your evening. Have a great one.